Hello and welcome back. Today's video is on breast implant surgery. Hi friends, I am Dr. Ankit Gupta. I am a board certified plastic surgeon and I practice in Delhi, Pitampura in India. So friends, this video is for people who are looking for a breast implant surgery and have a few queries in their mind like, is it safe? How do we prevent infections? Where is the scar? How long does it take for a breast implant? And various other questions that generally patients like to ask me. I would like to address them in this video, and I like to explain this using a patient who recently underwent a breast implant surgery with us, and we'll show you all the pictures and how it progresses and how the final results are in this patient, so that it helps you make up your mind as to if you want to go ahead with this surgery or not. So friends, if you can see, this was the patient who came to me for a breast implant consultation, and she naturally had very less volume in her breasts, and with weight loss she lost even more volume from both her breasts, and she wanted increase in her breast size, increase in the volume, increase in the cup. She wanted a very feminine shape of her breast, and she wanted a complete transformation because she was not happy with the way her breast looked and she wanted them to be fuller. Okay, and if you can see this patient, she is otherwise a very young female. She did not suffer from any other illness. She had no other medical illness, so she was medically fit, and all she wanted was increase in the size of her breast, which naturally she did not have. So there are two major options that we can go with for such a patient. I would like to clarify that there is no medication, no creams, no massages, no threads that can give you volume in the breast, and the best thing that works is a breast implant if you want a significant increase in the volume, for instance of 150 cc or more. For lesser volume increase, you can think of fat grafting. There are fillers available these days, hyaluronic acid fillers, but I'm not a big fan of those because you need to repeat them every yearly or every 2 yearly, and they are not at all cost effective, and not much studies have been done on those fillers, so I am not a big fan of those. So the only two options I can think of are either fat grafting or an implant, and we will tell you why we chose implant for her. So friends, what she was looking for was a significant increase in the size of her chest. She wanted her cup size, which initially was around B cup size, she wanted it to be around D cup size, and this is not possible with a fat grafting. With fat grafting we can achieve that kind of an increase, but we will need 2 to 3 sittings. But she being very thin and she did not want to get a liposuction and then get her breast filled, so what we opted for was a breast implant surgery. Now if you see breast implants, we can choose a breast implant according to the size of the chest, according to the shape of the chest, and according to the volume that you desire. So that is why for her we decided a breast implant surgery is the best option for her. So once we had decided that we are going to do a breast implant surgery, there are a few questions we need to answer. Number one, where will the incision be? That is, where will the cut be? So usually there are 3 major areas from where we can give a cut. One and the most common is a inframammary cut, that is just at the fold between your breast and the tummy. So that fold is the most common area, and that is my preferred technique also, because number one, you get an adequate exposure. You can make a cut of around 4 to 5 centimeters there, and it is always hidden. You make sure that the cut is exactly at the junction of your tummy and the breast, and over a period of time it almost disappears. There's a very fine line that remains. Number two, the other cut that is possible is at the axilla or the armpit, but if you give a cut at the armpit, whenever you wear a sleeveless dress or if you raise your arm, there is a visible scar over here, and there are chances of infection because of this being a little bit dirty area. The third possible cut is at the areola, that is just beneath the nipple, and that has risk of again getting infected because it is very near to your nipple, and also it might damage a few of your milk ducts, and thus it can affect your breastfeeding. So guys, for me, the cut that I give and I personally prefer is an inframammary fold cut, and that is because it is always hidden. You can have a very good exposure, and from there you can easily do a dual plane technique. The second thing that we need to know is in what plane do we implant the breast implant. That is, where will we put the implant is the second most important question. So there are again 3 places where you can put the implant. One is just beneath your breast, that is the subglandular plane. The other variation of this is just beneath the fascia, which is as good as the subglandular plane. The second most important is a dual plane, which I personally prefer, especially in young females who are especially thin and have very less volume in their breast. In this, half of the breast implant is beneath the muscle and half of it is beneath the breast, so it gives a very natural look. It gives a very teardrop like look. So at the upper junction or the upper pole it is smooth, it increases gradually, and in the lower portion the implant is very nicely visible. It also gives a benefit that never your upper ridges of the implant, they are never visible or never palpable. So it is almost hidden, always hidden, and there is no chance that your upper margin of the breast implant will be visible, and that is why it gives the best and the most natural result. The third technique, which is almost outdated now, is the submuscular, that is the whole of the implant is under the muscle, that we use mostly when there are patients of breast cancer in which the whole of the breast is removed and we want to cover the implant completely. So in her, we decided to undertake this surgery using a dual plane technique using an inframammary fold cut. Now once we have decided that, we need to decide what kind of implant we will use. So in her and in most of my cases I use a round implant, and that is because even if it rotates, it is always the same because it's a round implant. No matter how the implant is in your body, it will look the same. And because I'm using a dual plane, the upper portion is automatically compressed. This round implant gives an appearance of a teardrop shaped. So there are 2 major techniques of inserting the implants. One is using your hands, and the best way and the thing that I prefer to do is using a Keller's funnel. Now what happens is, the less you touch the breast implant or the less the implant is in touch with your skin, the less are the chances of infection and the less are the chances of capsular contracture, which is one of the complications of breast implant. So I prefer to put the implant in a funnel, and with this we make a very small cut. We can insert the implant through a very small cut, and using that we directly push the implant into the cavity that we have created, and the implant sits there perfectly, and we don't have to touch the implant too much, and the implant is never in touch with your skin, and that is why the chances of infection, capsular contraction are almost negligible. So guys, this is how we decided for her, and if you see, this is her result, and this is not immediately seen. If you see, this is how she was before, this is how she is after 2 days. In 2 days, because of the swelling and bruising and all the trauma of the surgery and the implant being slightly higher, it looks as if the implant is slightly above. It takes almost 2 to 3 months for the implant to sit in its final position, and this is her picture after 3 months when the implant has finally settled down, has dropped to its original position, and this is what we aim for. If we talk about the recovery, the patient is easily discharged on the same day. You can move your arms, you can lift your arms on the same day. The surgery is done under general anesthesia. It takes about 1 to 1.5 hours for me to complete the surgery. You can go home the same day. You can take bath from the next day. I usually call back my patients on the next day or a day after just to see everything is okay, and then you can travel back to your city or the town where you are from, and the stitches that we give are self-dissolving and they dissolve on their own. The implant takes about a month to 3 months to settle down in its normal position. You might need 2 to 3 days off from your work, and you can join back work after 3 to 4 days depending on how your pain tolerance is. Or you will have to take antibiotics, painkiller and antacids for 7 days, which is a prophylactic medicine that I give to all my patients. And that is it. It's a very simple surgery. You just make a cut, create a pocket, push the implant inside and then stitch it back in. That is it. And if in case you also want to get a breast implant done, or if you want to know more about it, you can always subscribe to our channel, in which we do make a lot of videos on other plastic surgical procedures as well as breast implants. Or you can get a one-to-one consultation with us on the number that we have shown you. You can book your video consultation and get in touch with me. Thank you and have a nice day.